Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for November 7th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. To access the Zoom call, we're going to scroll down and look for this Zoom banner. Now, this is an SRC4u software demonstration Zoom call. If you would like more information on the software, or if you'd like a free trial, contact Cathy. To complement the software is the Shift pin. Ask Cathy about that. Cathy is on Twitter, and you can follow her post. Now, if you're not sure you want to purchase the software or you want to demo it, you can join Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group. The information's here to register. We're going to go on over to the Zoom call where it will be loud, so you may want to lower the volume on your speakers. One moment, please.
Well, here we are. It's 10:30, and we had an interesting weekend with the group. I started, we were ready for a fresh scan, and we did it. We did add quite a look at all that we added, but I want to go in here just with some of the stress I'm seeing. I made a little list, and I've been scanning this at the beginning of the day and then at the very end, and I'll show you where we go. Okay, so we're clear. That is wonderful. So that kind of shows you we hadn't been, but that part is cleared. But in spite of that, something else I've been working with, I just want to share today because I've got it in the Zoom notes. This had come up with as a priority for the November startup, this Delaware rates, and I started working with it in much more detail over the weekend with some people that were, having some health crisis. And I thought, well, let's work with it with the group as well. And what I started doing, let's just put it in there. Can you make it bigger? I can't make this bigger, no. Once I get to where I can take some notes, then I can.
Thank you.
I'll start a document at the beginning of each day for the different people in reference to this. And so here would be the group. And this is what we started with. Gout. Now, as we know, this is all etheric, and we also know it's a heck of a lot easier to preserve our health than to fix it once something goes wrong. So we have this information here. Now it's all thought-provoking, and what I did, I just to see, I went in, and we're doing the longevity every day. When we asked for the shedding cocktail, we're doing that. We didn't ask for it today. We didn't ask for the vaccination scan today. So a lot positive is going on. And I'm going to put auto. Enhance. All right, so we're going to start out with 7 minutes, and let's just let that go. And here for our Pro Tools, I'm going to show you all we want today is the mediator. So if you will, different ones of you, please be thinking what we might want to mediate today. So let's let that go, and I want to show you some things just I'm playing with. It may be that one of the biggest things that's limited our imagination is we don't ask questions. In fact, we're not even allowed to ask questions. You ask questions, you may be labeled a conspiracy theorist or a nutcase, or worse even, a real troublemaker. We've seen people who've asked questions about the vaccine lose even their medical license, etc. But I was doing some reading, and I'm sure y'all have done this reading too, that the evidence keeps coming out that we have that this whole mess with Corona might have been more intentional than we want to face. Of course, you can get into terrible trouble for thinking along those lines. But I'm going to send these codes out. And what we can do, put that in there, is we can just say, is it a priority for the group to receive this first code? And this would you'll see in a minute. It is. So let's put that in. It still may not be. I don't think it did what I'm supposed to do. Never mind. You know, even with this new computer, I guess we needed it so there's no accident. Anyway, we wanted blood clot. So let's try this again. I don't know how that happened. Let's see if we want since it came up. This is crazy. Hey, we don't need the sustenance balancer. You see, that did come at a 99. Let's see if we want to charge. Take a charge. And there are times I get lazy and don't like to test these minute by minute, and I just want to put the 5-minute in, but it seems it works out a little better to do it this way. There's 1. It's not a bad number. Okay, look at that. I think that'll do it right there. Now let's try this again. So the first, I found a code for dismantle synthetic viruses. Now, maybe since I have the right code, maybe this won't be a priority. And it is not. Okay. Then, let me see if I can move this. I don't know if I can. Reveal and discipline those involved in the nefarious intent behind the creation of SARS-CoV-2. And again, we don't know that there was any of this, but again, are we allowed to ask questions? Can we look into it? That's your whole key to the creating the life you want, is to use your imagination, which does involve asking some questions. Okay, again, not a priority. In fact, we're doing it a little bit more now, a little bit more than we had in the past. But for the most part, you're supposed to just take what you're told. And if you question it, and I think we've seen that most obviously with questioning the vaccine. Well, what is happening is that people are starting to question, and not even just this recent stuff, but even the shots. Because when you study, you realize that the very few people actually had the flu. And so here we are working on a flu that minimal amounts actually had, and so on and so forth. But this is our ability to question these things. Let me show you, moving our little figures around. I'll send these codes out as a group. We don't want them, and I don't like to send anything that we're not supposed to send. Well, my phone is crazy today, but I want to just, if any of you want to do any more research on it, you see right here, this is the person who discovered something called seamless ligation, and this is a way to create a virus without you being able to tell it was created. You can read up for it yourself. The way they caught it is the amino acid codes were somewhat disrupted, and I think you're aware how often not just our group, but individuals are asking for stress management due to amino acids, and that is what codes the DNA. So that's how they caught it and realized. And again, is it for sure? No, but can we ask about it? I believe we can. That would involve Fauci, who funded this development. Here's somebody I've never heard of that supposedly, if you have time, you want to look up. But what you will find, and this is all scientifically based, is everything you learn, every time you learn a new thing, you will increase your synapse connection. And so, hopefully what you would learn would not be anything like this up here. But we do have the right and probably the obligation to ask. So let's go in here and do the sustenance balancer. Let's see if that was enough. Nope, we need 9 more minutes. And we really, let's just go down as we're looking. We probably are just about to the end of this because we have been running for quite some time. Now this is the new computer. Anyway, I suggest if you have situations with individuals that you do a little working with this Delaware scan and the sustenance balancer. Okay, so let's go back down here. We have a lot of information already in the form of cocktails in here. So, for example, working with the skeletal system, whether it be muscles or whatever, quite a bit of information you can throw in. And the nutrition does seem to be the key. And most of us, we're not getting real food. We're not. Oh, look at that, 98. Again. We're taking, of course, this is more than just one person, but as a group.
can do all these on ourselves too, right?
That's what I would recommend. Yeah, just do your scan, see if it's a priority. It wasn't necessarily a priority with us today because we got so much over the weekend, but I wanted to demonstrate it. Good old stress. Imagine that. Do you want to? No, we won't take that when we're working on it. So while we're waiting, we still have more time on this particular first Grabavoy run. So anybody have any thoughts on the mediator and what would be interesting to mediate for us as a group? Any thoughts?
Political differences.
Say that again. Oh, I love that. How do we work that? I love that.
Well, bring love to everybody.
All right, let's see. Maybe remember we are one.
Sounds good.
Okay, so help. All right, let's see. Oneness and mutual respect, regardless.
For the highest good of all.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. How does that look? Anything to add or take out?
I like it.
That looks good. Oh, we can start here. And while we're at it,
something like that might be good to put in the she motion.
You read my mind. Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow coming up.
My mind. Yep. I think that is outstanding. And it's funny, I was thinking the same thing. Let's go in here. Get to this. The issue is political difference. The irony is typically we all want the same things. Oops, you can type.
And can we do this for all voters in the USA?
Let's see. You know how I feel sometimes about that. Do we have a priority? Do we have permission? Let's see. Priority. She motion for all voters. I think it would be a wonderful thing. Well, look at that. Let's do it. Because what they say is we all have our own paths, and we've many times ahead of time programmed in an experience that we need. All right, so. And then just for fun, we see where we are with that sustenance balance.
Yeah. How about respect for political differences?
Let's just look. The issue is, yeah. Let me see. Let's see how we want to do this. Let me see. I'm seeing is a lack of communication. People are not listening. Any thoughts on how to word that or what tool to use? Just go ahead and douse it in. Got 30 seconds here. Wait and see if we want 10 minutes.
Could you put that communication into recharger and clear it up?
That's kind of a good idea. Let's look at that. We have the tools. We've been blessed with the tools. So do we want to put voters in USA?
Yeah, I would think so.
That would be good. That would be good.
What do we want to do? Recharge? Do you want to clear? What would you say?
I would say clear.
Okay, clear. And now, wording.
Communication.
Say it again, please.
Maybe understanding.
Well, how about lack of understanding?
Right. Yeah, clear that. Right.
And communication. Regarding various political views. When you consider the possibility that our views may be programmed in anyway, that's where a little study, if we will do it. All right, now we're starting out here a little bit more pro than con, so let's do that. Now we'll be going down the list, today. Now here we are. Let's see where we're ready. So what I've been doing, I'm just kind of experimenting at this point. And I'm going to go back in. And I'm going to scan and see if just a little nutritional information. Yeah, we cleared it. Look at that. So, and if there had been something we hadn't cleared, then you can test at that point where to go. Okay, this is the client group in reference to political differences. I am peaceful. I am courageous under fire. I am a hero. Hopefully we're not going to be under fire. Let's just go ahead and douse that in. Of course, I did what I always did. I started with a 1 by mistake. Let's put the 10 in now. Now this is your whole Delaware skeletal. Got that in there. Let's start with this one.
Cathy, it's Karen. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
One of Raymond's quotes was Thomas Jefferson noted that it's better to be uninformed than misinformed.
You got that right.
Okay, and so I just wondered if there's some place we might put something like reverse misinformation.
Ooh, okay. Let's look at what we can do. Let's see if I can do this without losing people. Let's go into Grabavoy. And let's put I'm just playing here if you get any thoughts.
Reasons to never trust a German Shepherd. I will steal all.
No. Don't need a code, but surprising. What? Any thoughts on that? Clear? No? Any thoughts? Good. Let's just go in here.
Kathy,
Yeah.
perhaps we need to enhance ability to understand information.
All right. Hold on. Yeah. Let's just go ahead right now, just for the heck of it.
Positive, yeah.
In fact, let's do this. Let's deprogram misinformation. And we're all programmed. So, how did you say that, Karen?
I said enhance information, understanding.
Okay, enhance. How about information receptivity?
Excellent.
We'll see. Not quite, but I like that. I like the more positive.
I think that's what we need to do is we've got to be more positive about it.
Okay. Receptive to new information? Does that seem to be a possibility?
Yes, but we've got to be able to understand it.
We've got to be able to understand it, but also even look at it. I don't know.
Right.
I can only speak for myself, but there's a lot of things, if they're very contrary to my belief system, I don't even want to look. I have to force myself. And let's just see. One of the best things I ever read years ago, and it was about marriage counseling, was that the husband and wife would set the kitchen timer. Probably back in that day, that's all we had. We didn't have all our cell phones. And each would let the other talk uninterrupted for 10 minutes. And for my personal friends that have different political ideologies, I said, let's try that. You talk for 10 minutes, I'll be quiet, and then let me talk. So far, none of them will do it. So I don't know why that is. But
how about realizing truth?
Thank you. Okay, let's see if this is... Okay, not quite. It's not bad, but...
Kathy, do we have a universal law regarding truth?
I'm sure we might... Oops. Well, look at this. Okay, this is the second one. Did I not start the USA? Or is... Okay, I am elevated. That doesn't sound bad. I know we have... I guess my favorite is the switching back and forth. If there's a positive, no matter what, let's look at that. Realize truth. Let's see how else we can word that. Realize receptive to truth. How about set free by truth? I don't know if that's, put it in there. And of course, this is the other thing. We're energetic beings, so what is true to one person may not be true to the next.
Kathy, I remember an old Skio thing about enhance mental ability to understand, retain, retrieve beneficial information.
Now that sounds good. Hold on, I forgot to start this one. Say that slowly so I can type it.
So to enhance mental ability, to understand, retain, and retrieve beneficial information.
I'm going to copy that. If it has a code or not, it's still. Now,
but beneficial to who? To the bad guys?
Okay. So let's look at this again.
Well, I thought we were discussing voters in the U.S.
Let's see. Enhance mental ability to understand. How about it's for the highest good of all?
Excellent.
Of course, it may not be. I'm just going to put for highest good. I'm going to keep it because we might find, and this happens all the time, that I'm not going to copy it. Not going to copy it. Isn't that funny? That didn't want to copy it on our Word document. This might even be a good mediator subject. I'm just going to put this in here right now. There we go. At least I've got it. I don't know why it wouldn't copy on the other.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call demonstrating the SRC4u software. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.